Hello everyone. I think we have the full house now. So today we are going to start ANOVA. That is a proc ANOVA, another statistical procedure. So when we use ANOVA, anyone from the group? Am I audible? Okay. So when we use ANOVA, any idea? To find out the significance of hypothesis testing, yes. In which case? Perfect. Yes. And we determine this by with the help of p-value. So on the basis of gender, so the hypothesis is there any significant difference between the weight of male and female, right? So looking at the p-value, what we will determine? So what is my null hypothesis in this case? In the case of ANOVA, what would be the null hypothesis? That I think we have discussed yesterday that null hypothesis is hypothesis of equality. So which means so how we will write that? There is zero correlation between age, weight, and okay. So the hypothesis in this case, which we are going to write is that there is no significant difference between the age, depending on the gender. All right. And alternate, we say yes, there is significant difference. So this is how you will write the proc ANOVA. So the one example which I used during the this ANOVA discussion, right? So I prepared a one data set for this case. So I have a team, right? Mm, so okay, let me go back and start the stories again. So my daughter came to me and she told me that, Daddy, this Red House team is winning all the time because they have taller girls in a basketball match, right? So my simple question, how do you know? So she give me one statistical measure, which is the mean that their average height is higher. So Do you think should I trust that statement? So, for example, my daughter, let's say, is in greenhouse, right? Oops, what ugly green. Let's say their average height is somewhere around 42 centimeter, and let's say the red house, their height is somewhere around 43.5, right? So now tell me, when my daughter is saying that red house has there they are winning because they have taller girls. Should I trust that statement? If not, why? If yes, why? You can unmute yourself and then can speak. Anyone?
I feel this could be true, but not entirely. Although, like in the match of basketball, height does play a major role. But we can maybe the players are better too, like in a better player, you know.
Okay,
So
so
I
their
yeah
skill is similar. The only difference
yeah
is that the average
is
height,
there higher?
the higher.
Mm,
Coach is same, some everything is same. Only this is the only factor which, according to her, plays a crucial role
hmm.
why they are winning. So, what is your opinion about this, Satakshi? अंशु, क्या जो मेरी बेटी बोल रही है वो सही बोल रही है? क्या मुझे इसकी बात पे भरोसा करना चाहिए? अगर करना है तो क्यों करूं? नहीं करना तो क्यों ना करूं? Anshu has left. Okay, I think she might be facing chat issue with the connection. Okay, so let's wait for both Anshu and Sadasi to join back.
Maybe we can run a test. Like I mean, with just by word of mouth, we
Mm-hmm.
cannot trust that it is true or it is false. Maybe you
So,
can run the hypothesis testing, like that
mm-hmm.
the average mean of height is 43.5. Because of that, these people are winning, and the null and the alternate would be like this is not the factor which is playing a major role,
Perfect.
and
And
then
this
we
is
can
what,
yeah
yes. So that's where our hypothesis testing come into play.
yeah.
So let me check whether Anshu has joined. No. Let's wait for Anshu has joined, but Satakshi, that's right. So let's wait for a couple of minutes, then I will. Okay. Anshu, what is your opinion on this? Anshu, can you hear me?
Please repeat the
Mm-hmm. We will. So Anshu, you were saying something. आवाज नहीं आई आपकी. Now, Satakshi, since you are back, so what is your opinion about this? So the question is that my daughter came to me and told me that she lost the match because the other house, which is red one, has taller girls in the team. Now, should I trust that statement? If yes, why? If not, why? So yes, this is what I told Shivam while you were offline. That everything is same. Their coach same, their skill set same. They nowhere they are at par. For every other skill, they are at par with the greenhouse. The only difference was their height. If that's the case, my only concern is what she's saying. Should I trust that those words? Because that is the only information I had with me, right? And that is height. So okay. So first thing as a data scientist and first learning, never trust a single number. Okay? Or never is on and off. Okay? So never believe the number in one go. Alright? So if you remember yesterday I've given you one example of Mr. Money. If someone tell you that okay, the average salary of this class is 100 crore, will you trust that number? The obvious answer is no, right? But since that is a too big an outlier that you will be able to determine, okay, that can't be possible. What about those scenarios where someone is saying in place of 50,000 it is 60,000, something like that, right? So always check the number or your first hypothesis of about the number is incorrect, right? This is the first learning as a data scientist you should have that whatever number will come, I will definitely vet it. So coming to this case, again, this is a single number. Okay, I need to prove this. Okay, if this is correct or not. How I can do that? So again, my assumption in that case I need to check whether these height are equal or not. Is there any statistically significant difference between these two height or not? Alright, so let me show you what I mean to say by this. Open the notepad. Alright, so thank you. Uh, uh, uh. So this is green, this is red. And all the numbers are hypothetical just to make you understand. So do not start calculating them. This is 42, right? 42, 42. So this is this, their height. 42, make it someone 41, and someone is 43. Now here, the thing is, they are having a height like 39, 38, 40, again 39, and someone is having a height at 47, right? Now, do you think which group should win as per your understanding about the game and the height? Only one player cannot make you win this game, right? Do you still believe in that this statement that their height are not equal? Satakshi, should you now looking at this data, you will go with that? What he is saying is correct, right? So the the moment you see a distribution, right, your assumption will change, your decision will change, right? The second thing, we should always check the distribution of our data, right? So in this case, I will again have my own hypothesis that the average height of all the groups are same, right? So let's say this is example of a basketball team, and then it is their height. Now I have to check whether one group has a higher height, or the girls in that one particular group is taller than other. So my null hypothesis is the all the groups have a same mean height. All right. An alternate will say they are not equal. So I will use ANOVA test, right? By using proc ANOVA, and my model is height equals to team. Uh, till now, whatever you have learned about this ANOVA or hypothesis testing, there is no method by which you get to know that which has a higher, or which two groups are similar. So, okay, let me run this, and I will show you what I mean to say. Now, looking at p-value, what you will say? The groups average height of groups are not equal, right? Now the question is, now if someone asks you which groups are not equal, which groups are equal, since you have five groups, all right? So there is a test, one name of Welch test, which can help you to determine. Okay, not the Welch one. Let me think about. The name of the test is Kitty, right? So this test will help me to determine which groups are equal, which groups are not equal. So as per Skiffy test, right, these groups which have A, so one, two, three, they are not statistically different, right? And B, two, three, four, these four are not statistically different. So the only thing which are not overlapping are these two groups and this one group. And this you can see clearly that okay, these two are similar, so they are not statistically different. However, these three are statistically different to each other. So Skiffy test gives you information one step ahead that you can check which all groups are equal, which all are not equal. So the procedure is proc ANOVA, data is your data set name, class that is by the classification variable, right? And the model is equal to height is equal to t, which you want to test height for the class team, and we want to run our Skiffy test on the team. Any question on this? No? Alright, so let me move. So there is a procedure by name of template. So the this output which you are let me give a little background of the output. So this is the default output of SAS that is known as listing output, right? All other output like this, these all are HTML output, right? So how you can
What
change
is
this?
chef grouping?
So
You
Skiffy test
mentioned in the
grouping,
code as well.
yes. So this is what. So this test, right? So this is a test, Skiffy test, right?
Okay.
Which suggests what all groups are similar, what all are not.
Okay. All right.
So when
Thanks.
they are saying A, which means these are similar to each other, and these are similar to each other, right? Which means there is no statistical difference amongst these four. However, one if you run it on whole set, then this is not matching. These two are not matching. Only these two are overlapping.
Which means that where we see like B and A both are there, like
Yes,
these three values, uh,
right.
they are similar. Rest of them are not, right?
Not right.
Okay. So if BA 50.500 and BA blank and BA 50.333, these three are similar, right?
Right. But if
Okay.
you are running this test with these five different classes, but if you are
Mm-hmm.
running the test only with these four, one, two, three, four, then there is no significant difference because they are following the same class,
Yeah, one, two, three.
right? If you run the test on one, two, three classes, then these three are similar. There is no statistically significant difference amongst them.
Okay.
But on the combined data, only these two groups are similar as rest three are dissimilar to each other.
Okay. Okay.
All right. So next thing is proc template. So this template which you are seeing, let me show you tools. So how preferences and the result. So I have checked this create HTML. That's why I'm able to see this output in your out this SAS Studio. This is by default given to you. So that's why uh, you are able to see it, right? But in this window, you have the choice to select or deselect this. Now I have a different choice of style. So let's say let me select something. Now if I run this, do you see a difference in the output in the style? Right? So to check what all styles are available, you can simply run this proc template, and these all styles are available in SAS. So this is nothing. This is how you want to show your output, right? The 52 style. One more thing, you can create your own style, right? But I'm not going to cover that portion because that's more on the designing and all those stuff. So we are here more for statistical knowledge, right? All right. So there one more feature in SAS, which is ODS, Output Delivery System. So the output which you have just seen, it is default output delivery system of SAS. You can control your output delivery system, which means currently you are getting output in HTML, you can get output in PDF, printer format, Word, right? And so now you are receiving this output in your SAS window only. You can put this output directly in someone's folder on any shared location, right? So, for example, your boss asks you to run a code daily, and rather sending him or her an email, you want to see that output in one of his shared location, all right? So, in that case, you will use one functionality which is ODS. So, to run that, I am just creating one data. So, this data have three values: name, color, days, and weight, right? If you want me to print out, let me just print this data. Raw print data equal to what went wrong. Sorry, I done the this is on the size. I've given a different name to this data, which is giant. All right. So this is the data. You have red and yellow in the color. All right. Okay. So this output delivery system, in you can put you can get your output into different format. You can share your output in different location. All right. So let me run this proc means first. So this is the procedure. Now, if your requirement is to share only this piece of the data, all right, so that he is interested in this red one and some other one is interested in this yellow one, right? So you have two different people who are interested in two different type of outcome. So if you go to your this result window, you see that there are two different objectives there. Now what we need to do, we need to first for that you need to run a code which is known as ODS trace on, right? So since which means output delivery system tracing you have started, and since you have it turned it on, you need to turn it off. So let's say let me clear this so that it's visible to you. Okay, erase all drawings. The nothing has changed. So now you will go to log window. In log window, you will see the path of the group 1, path for the group 2. All right. And this we will be using. Let's say, for example, I'm interested in sharing this data. So I copied this. And so proc means just forget about this code for time being. Proc means data is equal to same data, same code, title. Now I'm using something which is known ODS select, right? So since I selected ODS2, so I will paste that path over here. So I'm selecting which ODS? This one, right? From here, sorry. All right. So this will help me to select my output delivery system. So you see, you got only one output. So time being, I am unable to see your chat window. So if you have any question, just unmute yourself and speak. Ask the question, right? Now, the next thing is we want to save or share this data so that let me show you some location like desktop, not just to desktop. Okay, over here, let me create a new folder. Yes. No, I want to change. Right, and I want this output to be shared over here. So this means if you have access to someone folder on an intranet in your office, you can directly paste that thing over there. So this is the first part. That is a path. Now you need to give it a name. So let's just say yellow one, right? Yellow. Now, in which format you want your output to be shared or to be generated? Like, so I will start ODS, which means output delivery system, HTML. So I want my output into HTML format, body or file. You can use any of the name. Either you can write body keyword or you can write file keyword and run this. Since you have opened this ODS, so you need to click close this HTML out. So once I submit this, no output, I think. I have copied this. Yes, must be some access issue. Let me check. A component of this temporary file. This is not a directory. No. Okay. Okay, this is because of the location thing. Okay. Yes, this time I think we did run successfully. We'll open this. This is your output in HTML format. Any question on this ODS? Now, your second requirement is someone asks you this output to be generated in a PDF format. So one of your boss want it into HTML format, the other boss want it into PDF format. So what you need to do? You need to change your output delivery system to PDF. Okay, so let me open this.
There's no direct way like we can go and click on the icon and then download it in certain format. We have to write a line of code in order to download this in a particular format. Is it?
Yes,
Is it okay?
yes.
All right.
The only thing which you can do in the current this SAS Studio, I think now they have this functionality of export images, something like that, which you can export in the one format only.
Okay.
With coding, you have an option of sending your output in 10 different formats. All right. So now the requirement is in the for the PDF. So what you will do? ODS PDF, right? Now body is equal to or the file equals to. You can write any of the keyword. So let me change the address because my machine has changed. So I need to change. All right, and this, and now this is a red, and you need to change your extension as well. If you're sharing output in HTML, sending output in HTML, then your out- extension should be HTML. If you are sending output in PDF, right, your extension should be p.pdf. In place of this group one, you want a summary of group one. Sorry, in place of two, you want one. And since you have opened HTML, you will be closing this. Okay, so this should be PDF. So this is the PDF. You can get your output in PDF format. Do you want to try at your end? You need to just use the address slash home slash that address. Okay. So please try at your end and let me know if you face any challenge. So in place of this data, you can use the same stack class data, right? And in the by statement, in place of color, just use gender or column. So ping me once you're done with the programming. Okay, so Anshu, which portion you want me to repeat? Any specific portion? PDF one, okay. So you can get your output in the PDF, right? So what you need to do, you need to use ODS keyword, and since you want this output into the PDF, so PDF, and then you can write either file or your body, both are the same thing. Then the path, the name of your file, right? And the extension should be PDF. And since you open this, you need to close this as well. Alright. In between these two lines, you are running a procedure for which you want to share the output. So, for example, you can use any other procedure and you can use any other select statement, or if you want the full output, you can simply do one thing. Let me show you one more thing. A PDF, okay, the right one, right? Now, since I have deselected this, if I run this, I will receive the full output, right? All right, so if you want to try it at your end, please do it. Do try. Show me the error. Share the error. Invalid syntax. Okay. Just write. Share your code. Excuse me. So you're gonna do. You're gonna you know, uh, save your file in your desktop. Since you are using SAS Studio, right? So you can only share file on the home location which you are available to you. Sh- Share your code. So this extend body HTML. Okay, after that you need to put a semicolon after HTML and quotes. First thing, this correct, this is correct. Okay. Yeah. Okay, what about you, Anshu and Sakshi? So, okay, this is my own data, right? Which I just created. First thing. Second thing, no, so this is I just created. If you want this data to be used, let me share this data. And Anshu, you need to create this data file which I just shared, the code which I just shared. And your address should not be like this. Your address should be uh, slash home slash username, then that address. So use the code which I just shared and the data to create this file. What about you, Satakshi? Done? Okay. So, Anshu, you cannot write this file into your local system, right? Which means a desktop location, because SAS does not give you this authorization. So you can try with address something like this, which Shwam has shared in his code. Sorry. So your address should be something like this, right? So this U732374 should be changed for you. Okay, you need to put a semicolon after HTML and quotes. The semicolon missing. So the code which I have shared, Shatakshi, that will suffice. That that will take this data into the work library, right? So if your error is that invalid syntax, this means uh, okay. Let me just show you your code. So the one error which I can see here, that after this you need to put a semicolon. No, sir. Oh, okay. Okay. A file work.gain data does not exist. Yes. So you need to create this data. You need to run the code, this data, and the name should be gain, right? In place of giant, gain, giant, whatever it is. So you need to change the name of the data itself. This data will be created if there is no error, right? Sorry. Satakshi, were you able to figure out your error, or it just give you an error? So your code is here, Satakshi. Okay, look at my screen. This is what you have shared. You need to put a semicolon here, right? And for this piece, uh, in place of giant, you use GA gain, I believe. Mhm. Yeah, this is your code. Here you go with your code. Please run it. It worked or still you're facing some issue. All right. So let's move. Let me adjust the screen. Give me a second. I'm just fixing the screen. Okay. Now you can use one keyword which is proc univariate. So let me show you another example. Okay, so let me break the code so that it should come in the wait. So ODS PDF file is equal to this file name. Let me change the location to this folder. All right. Now you know that proc univariate gives you a different output, right? So let me run the proc univariate first. So if you look at proc univariate, there I selected weight only. Yeah, so it gives you 1, 2, 3, because any of the object, and for that you need to select the desired ODS. For example, I want this spacing measures to be, I want this to be outputted. So for that, first what I need to do, so I will write this code and I will write ODS trace on and ODS Sorry about that. ODS trace close, right? Why this is going with these two lines? So now if you go to, okay, I think it's off. Okay, so keyword is off, not the close. So why I'm writing this? So that I can use, I get to know the different paths, right? Okay, I think somehow I have in this statement, so I need to remove this one. Hold on, please. Oh, okay. Then I need to repeat myself. I just realized. So, okay. I want to show you the same thing. Uh, how to start this, right? So, I want to see an output for an another procedure which is for proc universe. So, I will start with ODS trace on right. Then I will write my procedure proc univariate. Sorry, data. As I want to only run it for variable weight, right? And run and ODS trace off. So this procedure helps me to get the path and the name of the output. So in place of path, you can use the name like basic measures, test for location, quantize extreme observation to get your output. So let me what you will do, you will write ODS PDF, then the file name. Now I am introducing a new thing which is style keyword, right? So this style keyword will change the style, the output. You can change it to ocean, which we generally ocean. and I will change the name to test 3. Do you see? By changing style, your output is totally changed, right? And how you will get to know what the style, different style available? By running proc template code, which we are in the beginning. This one, list styles. Alright, so give it a try. The universe one. So this is how you like the full procedure, right? Done? Yes. And the name could be different. The yellow you can use a different name for this file, right? What about others? Done? Shubham, Anshu, done? Perfect. All right, so this is it from this class. Let me move on to the next one. So I think I have covered this. This we have already done. See, this is done. This is done. This is done. Okay, I want to show you one more output, that is the RTF, rich text format. Let me just, sorry, so now we are using another style which is rich text format, right? And we are using one style which is known as sketch. And these are the few things, uh, few keywords like you want to give it a title, you want to give it the color of the title, right? Title 2, the height, font, how it should be adjusted, right? So let me run this and show you this output. Let me explain the code now. So you've seen the output. So I have used this title keyword.
Sir, I
Yes,
have a question. In the last code, it gave me an error in the style equals to ocean that I wrote. So
question you have wrote. So you do
yeah.
one thing.
Mhm.
Write that code. Proc template,
Uh-huh.
this one, and just see if it is available with for your version or not. It might be a
Oh.
possibility that they might have
Mhm.
discontinued with this one. So, uh,
Oh.
sorry, proc
All
template
right.
list
List
type
styles.
and run,
Okay. Run. Run. Okay. All right. Okay. Thanks.
and just see if it is available. If it is not, then it might be a typo error from at your end.
Okay.
So these are two
Okay.
possibilities.
All right. Thanks.
So now what you can do in title, you can use different color for different text like this. Black, gray, light gray. So this is a level of customization which you can do in your output, right? So title 2, now I'm giving a height, small, medium, large. So small, the height of small is 12 point, height is equal to 0.25 inches, medium, height is 1 centimeter large. So you can use point system, inch system, centimeter system. All right. In the title 3, I just have shown you that you can justify means left or right. left, middle, right, and then run ODS-RT5 close. I would appreciate if you could try at your end this one. Hmm. Just let me know once you're done with this, right? Done? Getting a lot of errors? Done? Or you need more time? Okay. Any challenge you are facing with this program? Yes, and I want you to solve those errors by yourself by looking at the logs, and it will, you will surprise that you are making those silly mistakes. And this is what happens when you are learning any programming language. You make silly mistakes, not a big mistake. Yes, Hitachi, it's common. It's pretty common. So in the beginning, whenever you're learning any programming, this is my experience that people do a lot of typos, a lot of missing semicolons, or commas, something like that. And that's the reason I always suggest that uh, you need to practice typing your code. Please share. Okay, let me check. Okay, so Shubham and Anshu, you have a challenge to find an error in this program. So we don't call it an error, we call it a bug, right? Okay. Uh, Sakshi, can you paste the yes, because use a small keyword black, use the big all. So you need to change the color, uh, name in caps, in uppercase only. Still something wrong with table. This is gray and shows error. Ah, now I need to check the program. Okay, okay, let me try this one. So I'm pasting your program. Oh, right. So I find couple of things. Why this is red? Yes. Right, actually. Okay, let me delete this entire line. Okay, so got it. So Takshi, you are using proc univariate and writing a table statement that is being used for proc tablet only. Okay, here is the. Done, perfect. What about you, Anshu? Shatashi make these changes. Perfect. So there are two objectives of this big program. I just want to make you understand one fact that understanding why someone is speaking it is pretty easy, right? Now the thing is you need a lot of practice because uh, to to apply or to you solve any business problem, you need to write a long list of code, right? Though there will be small line of code, but if you keep on making those error, uh, you want to be able to solve any business problem. So let me give you one example. So one fine day, uh, I I've written a very long program that would be somewhere around 7 or 8 page program, and the only mistake I made, I missed one semicolon, right? Only one semicolon, and it took me 2 days to figure out that error, right? So writing a program and then figuring out the your own error, right, is two different things. So which means that you are doing your work and at the same time you are supervising your work, and that you can do once you have a strong uh, conceptual understanding about the programming. Second, you have done a lot of practice, right? So whenever you type anything, I just simply see and I say, okay, here is a deal, right? So, for example, in the recent one, the proc univariate, which is actually mentioned. So first I was looking for the typing mistake. Then I suddenly realized, okay, table statement cannot be used with univariate. So that is a conceptual thing. But the other example where Shubham has forgot to write the semicolon, that is with my experience, right? So first thing which I look at the semicolon, and now you have experienced that. Okay, writing this how many lines of code? One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine, 10, 11, 11 line of code. You have made so many mistakes, right? That can only be avoided by practicing. All right. So let me find a book for you. Okay. Let me check. I will have that Ron Cody. So this is what. So I am sharing you this book, right? Uh, a very wonderful book to practice, and I am sharing the data. So the data you won't find the full data in this data set, right? But at least 40% data is available in this data set, right? For this book. So whatever you have learned till now, you need to practice that, and this is one of the wonderful book which is available in the market, right? And it's a very costly book, by the way. Let me see. So okay, I click on the reply, I believe. So it is. Can you? So your email IDs are Carol, Carol. Okay, this is yours. And what about Anshu? This is Anshu and Satakshi. Right, the IDs are correct, guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thanks. So I'm sharing this wonderful book. So now you have two top books in SAS, which one is your little SAS book, that is a Bible, right? Second, this learning SAS for example, and if you look at the tagline, a programmer's guide. So if now you are a programmer, and this will guide you to practice, right? So please utilize this time to master at least one programming language, right? So people are doing 10 different courses. I would suggest you better do this course for which you have already paid the money. You have invested so much amount of time, and now you have all the resources with you. All right. In the next session, we will do SQL and the macro in the next two classes. And that would be the last two classes for this programming, right? Any question? All right. So thank you very much. I hope you enjoy the session. See you later. Bye bye. Take care. Stay safe.